can get mentally boomed by APAC squads being unpredictable. This is Koi's map, though. You know, I just want to say one thing. Harry, I think you've been doing a great job on the desk. That's demo. I can call him Harry because we're friends.
Okay, that's cool.
He said, and I quote, "For Koi, getting all 4 points is the minimum." But that's the best they can do. So what is the maximum, Harry? Huh?
That is just...
If the best result possible is the minimum, how do you go above that? That's the question that I want answered. I listened to that and I thought to myself, you know what, Harry, I'm going to roast you for it. Because he spent all day yesterday cooking me in the background. Operator bans are rolling in. Again, this is Koi's map. Dokkaebi and Nook are the two operators removed on attack. On a map like Bank, we see Nook a lot. We also see a lot of Nook bans on Bank. It's a huge map. Nook can get in through many different doorways, especially that big garage. It doesn't matter what bomb site you're defending. That Nook can be a major pain. Dokkaebi also exceptionally strong. Secondary gadget for Dokkaebi is really good. Those logic bombs, very potent at finding lurkers, finding roamers. You've still got Lion, you've still got Jackal if you're having some difficulties with that. As for the defenders, Valkyrie and Mira are removed.
Yep. It's pretty stable stuff here on Bank. I mean, Valkyrie for the information game, it works the same as Nook. For the defenders, well, if you have Valkyrie open, you can have information everywhere across the board. By Valkyrie being banned away, that is no longer as easily accessible. It's why you're going to see different kinds of intel operators, like, for example, Echo, that is being shown right now, to then gain back some of that information that was lost. And to speak about the Nook, just real quick, is that Cryan, who plays for Koi, is arguably, or at least recognized as one of, if not the best Nook player in all of EUL and possibly on international grounds as well across every single team here. So it's not uncommon at all for Koi to have that operator banned against them almost every single map.
Absolutely. Now, on their run during the Berlin Major, one of the things that we saw on this map was Koi running the Echo. Difmark with ice in his veins. He might not have been the MVP. As far as I'm aware, he wasn't the official MVP, but he was the MVP.
He was our MVP.
He was, yes. But you're going to see a lot of support work from Difmark. He's already scouting outside with that Echo drone, making calls if there could be a potential jump out.
This is one of the main playstyle characteristics that Rogue just showed when they won the Berlin Major and took the world by storm, is how they utilize the information game with Echo and then saying, Spoit, go kill! And that is also why Spoit is on the Oryx, right? The fastest operator. You can get across the map and just take gunfights every single place that you wish to.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Now, with this being that downstairs bomb site, unsurprising to see such an extended roam. There's the Lion. As we talked about, still plenty of roam clear operators available, even with the Dokkaebi being removed by Koi. Blitz actually is not too bad at being a roam clear operator. Why? Because when you've got that chunky boy running you down, you're going to clear that roam pretty quickly. You don't usually want to engage in that. The whole lineup from Elevate, in fact, is a bit problematic. A lot of annoyances in that lineup. They'll blind you with two separate operators. You got flashbangs in the hand of Mark on Lion, so another set, even though it's not built into that operator. Kanto clearly hears the shield advancing on him now.
Only problem for Elevate is that they're all coming from the same position from lobby side, so it's not like a pinch at all, it's just a push. Koi, they can hold off and slowly fall back.
Oh, bad engagement for Kanto Raketti. Reads the shots through the wall onto DCH. Cannot capitalize enough to pick up a kill. Does some damage in the process. Difmark had gone scouting with that Yokai drone. He'll gain even further information, but Koi is getting beaten across the entire map. Sapper taking damage as DCH did before, but Kanto and Spoit and Cryan, all good as gone. Talked about how Difmark is going to play those support roles. Those are the unsexy roles, thankless roles. Well, he's going to have a thankless job now with everything that Elevate is bringing at their disposal to him. They'll be bringing it right to his front door.
You almost got to pray for some Capcan trap kills or injuries here. Both Sapper and DCH low, but with the Ink Blitz execute, they can storm the bombs in a 2 versus 5 with Deepak and Leon got to hold to get down.
And there go the Candelas, but Deepak still has more information on the position of the Blitz. DCH will drop it now as well, start to spot them. The Blitz will continue onwards. Difmark looking for some disorienting blasts. He's the last man standing. Sapper's been down and secured. There's also that Capcan trap to get the kill, but Elevate, they blitz in very quickly. sweep out the roamers, and they take round number 1.
It's a tough position for Koi to be in because it looked pretty good for them. I mean, Elevate, they all came from lobby side, no pinch happened as you mentioned. So Koi are feeling quite comfortable in their position on the map, open area, main stairs, top floor control, etc. But this wallbang right here onto Kanto, it just snowballed things out of control. Then Spoity fell as the second, Cryan is the third in open area, and you cannot hold the basement bomb side in this particular instance, a 2 versus 5, because they're not gonna go for a plant. Elevate, they're going to go for those kills. And Demo kind of spoke about the Koi G2 matchup. What were the problems that Koi faced? Well, it was that lack of breathing room, right? That G2 did not grant them. In the opening round, Elevate, they did take a lot of time to get into that initial ground of lobby, but once they got past the first barrier, they were not allowing Koi any breathing room, and they continued up that killing streak within 20 seconds.
10 seconds remaining.
Stay clear.
It's the one thing that we've seen out of most of the APAC teams. The first couple rounds, they really like to set the pace and tempo of the matchup. No surprise that Elevate will be quick to the punch. No surprise that Elevate will bring tools to get, I don't want to say under the skin of their opponents, because I don't think there's any frustration that Koi will have dealing with a Lion or a Ying or a Blitz. Not that you want to face off against those operators, but they're deliberately annoying operators.
Statistically speaking, Elevate is not supposed to win another attacking round though, because there was that 19% overall attacking win rate, which is, I believe it's the worst one here at the Invitational so far, or at least one of the worst. However, with how it looked in round number 1, I feel like they can get some more on the board. Bit of an operator lineup change here, more structured now, the IQ to counter intel, traps like the Captain, etc. And then you just have really stable operators. The Buck, the Ana, the Flores, and the Ace, they will work for every single bomb set on Bang. You just get soft destruction, verticality, secondary hot breach. You can lose a member of this attacking lineup and still have the other 4 cover every single job that you need to successfully get a round victory here.
First kill of this round goes the opposite way. DCH and Kanto Raketti in their battle that they had in round number 1. Kanto was the loser. This time he's the victor. Using the 10 seconds of a yokai drone being out, and I think Onigiri actually got it there, but I'm unsure.
I believe he did, yeah. There's one more left in pocket of Deepak. When you lose your first yokai, it can be risky to play, front forward aggressive with the second one, because then you have none left. So the first one normally is very aggressive, going out of the building. The second one normally stays within that perimeter of the building to guarantee some information in the late stage of the round.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
The halfway point of the round, a good time to get off of your drones and begin moving through the map. Elevate are once again pushing from mostly the same area.
No, that they are, and things are kind of going slow for them, right? It's been 2 minutes in the round. It's not the pace you want to set for yourself, but when you lose that early member, sometimes you guys gotta play it slower.
Yeah, especially when it's a Yana. DCH could have been the main person going in for the squad, and then they accompany her clone in, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. You lose the Gemini, you lose the nades, you lose what else comes with Yana.
Great gun.
Absolutely a great gun. Onigiri is gone now, engaging with Deepak. Onigiri had taken the yokai drone away earlier, and Deepak said, my choice. Now it's Mr. Punch to take some damage on the wall. Final 30 seconds. One player from Koi hunkered down in the corner. A flashbang goes in. More damage to Mr. Punch. It's Deepak to secure the kill. Mark creeping up. He gets a target in the Kanto Raketti, but again a big play from Deepak. Standing pat on this position. A third kill to come in. To help to zap her upstairs with limited time.
5 seconds remaining.
Doesn't have the diffuser, and doesn't know where any of the 4 remaining members of Koi are. That'll be the ball game for round number 2.
We're out of time.
A better look for Koi.
If you don't go back to them, it's gonna be a fucking easy round.
Just like that. Whenever you hear player comes, it's always, again, it's so simplified and it sounds so easy, because it's like, just do this, easy round, boom. Get in their face, boom. It's very, very, very kind of baseline piece of information that they give to each other. And I mean, you see one thing, your 5 members in team, you all see your single point of view, and you'll be like, oh, this is the problem. Fix that, easy win. But then you all have a kind of different view on things. Elevate, what they have to fix, however, is simply their pace in the first 2 minutes of the round, and also the pinch. come from two different positions of the, or two different sides rather, of the map. Come from the east and the west, the north and the south. You can't just go 5 west or 5 east because, you know, Koi, they can just fall back and then all of a sudden they can use the clock against you as a piece of utility almost. Whereas if you're pinching them, then the net is closing in and time will not be a problem to the same degree as otherwise.
5 seconds.
Onigiri, however, showing us the Monty. That could signify a direct server attack, perhaps. Could also be to help the roam clear, like the Blitz did in the previous basement attack.
He'll be quick to get into the building yet again. And he will be.
Oh yeah.
Onigiri is already in. And he will face check and clear out open area. Roam up top from Koi. Do they have information as to the fact that Elevate taking that main floor? Difmark very vocal as usual. Still on this Echo. Still on the Yokai. He gets spotted by a drone. We've referred to these before in the past by depth charges. Nade goes down from below. Doesn't secure a single kill.
It's phase one. We're just scanning for information for both teams. No one wants to take the first punch as of yet. Of course, defenders, they want to take it slow, burn down the clock. And Elevate just want to stay alive. Drone every corner and inch of the map. Make sure no one's ratting around and hiding. Because Koi, they do have those kinds of tricks up their sleeves they've been pulling out before. Second nade goes out, doesn't hit this mark. Can, however, opening kill to DCH once again. 2 in a row.
DCH got that first kill in round number 1, but first death. Those 2, you said, is 2 in a row.
That's the standoff between those two individual players. And secondary EMPs are available on Onigiri's Monty, so the Kai Claws can be countered in that way. But again, we're not really making progress, or Elevate rather, is not really making progress anywhere.
Will it defang this entry? That's the question. It did on the previous round. That single first pick onto the Yana of DCH seemed to have a massive impact on Elevate. Onigiri with 1 kill, a second added to it, but Kanto and Leon are in as well. Elevate ends up getting a couple kills to their name, but now still trail in numbers. And if the trades continue to go, Koi will benefit from this greatly. Still plenty of utility as well for Koi.
The dangerous thing here is that when you play the Monty, you really only have half a gun at your disposal, right? You can go for some hip fires, try an ADS in a 1 versus 1, or you just shut down. It's not a real 2v3, it's a 1.5 versus 3.
Kanto escapes that nade as it's dropped on down. Sapper in a 1v3. Similar position that Elevate was in the previous round. 30 seconds to go. A 1v3 on basement when you're going to have to face a crossfire likely from elevators, gold, or vault. This is a very hard spot to be in. Because Koi will be situated so that at least one of them sees you while you're shooting at another one. Sapper gets a kill on the Kanto Raketti. Will it matter? Only 5 seconds remaining to find the other two, and they're miles apart. He'll try his best, though. But he gets leveled by Difmark. Clock was almost at 0, so the round was over either way, but yet another kill for the stats for Difmark. And while they weren't as proficient on this bomb site the first time around, they fixed their mistakes and win that locker's basement defense.
Yeah. Curious with the bomb site next is going to be for Koi because the way Elevate is playing, I mean, basement is heavily favored for the defenders right now because Elevate rather, they are struggling to clear out the map effectively. You have the Monty and Onigiri, and you go into open area with hatches above you, vertical destruction, etc. You could go top floor, clean it top down, and you know, if you're gonna spend a minute in open area, just kind of standing still, you might as well go all the way top down, spend a minute actually roam clearing. Instead, they get stuck and they get pinched themselves as the attacking team. Now, I like this from Koi. Look at this. They have Solis, and then they have Caveira. And the reason why you do this kind of combination is because you want to only really play Caveira when the enemy does not know that you have this character hiding on the map. So you play the Solis to know where the drones are. You can shut them down. You can escort Caveira to her desired location where she wants to be hiding. And then you know for a fact that they have not spotted this out. Now, if they active drone in through lobby and Cryan gets spotted out, he will then know that he's been seen. He can run, he can fight, whichever. But now at least they know that there is a possibility for an interrogation if a single member walks in through ATM, which is a common position for an isolated member to go for the attackers to hold the lobby to, you know, make sure that the people rappelling on the bomb site windows that you see right now are safe.
Kanto's in the same spot that he was in before. DCH versus Kanto has been a battle for 3 rounds. We see it for number 4.
Is Kanto playing in Kanto's spot? Is that where he's playing?
He's not. No, he's not.
Oh, he's not. Okay. Iconic spot, though.
No, Iconic isn't in this match.
He'll be playing later, though. Ooh.
He will be playing later, that's correct.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, first kill goes to Elevate. Onigiri starting things off. Leon Gids killed not too far removed from the bomb site. That's the Warden. Look at the lineup, though, that's being brought by Elevate. Warden is not particularly crucial. There's no real smokes. There's nobody obscuring at all.
No, only one set of flashbangs as well, so not the most important operator.
This is a very brazen play by Cryan. Playing on the Cav right now. By ATMs. He's just scouting at the moment. Come back to the bomb site. Could an interrogation be on the menu? Cryan's very far removed from the pick, so I don't know if that's likely to happen. Kanto firing back downtown as Deepak got the very first kill, and there's Cryan taking DCH off of the rope. Mark thinks he's still there, but you are way too late. Elevate might have got the first kill, but Koi gets the next 3. Puts Elevate at a big disadvantage, but you saw what Onigiri is capable of doing at an SI last year.
That's for sure.
He's always a threat when he's on the board. There's still a minute to go. A 2v4 is not the end of the world. Problem is, you got to get in the building.
I was gonna say, Elevate suffering the same problems round and round again.
What a problem it is. He gets in the building and immediately dies.
That's why they're staying outside, maybe. You know, getting inside just does not work, but the thing is, you have to get in eventually. Koi, sure, they play aggressive, sure, they're gonna swing you, but you can't fight them from outside the building every single round. Great crossfire. The swing does not come out. Mark finds the first kill. Has to battle every single member at once. It's Kanto with another on the board.
2 kills for Deepak, 2 kills for Kanto, 1 kill for Cryan. It's a bona fide team effort for Koi.
Mr. Bunch is pushing in, crouching. No drones, nothing with Slash.
Yeah, you tell him, Deepak.
Let him know.
I guess, just be careful now, yeah, they might change up, they might try and run that.
Elevate don't look that rocked by the start. Reminder that this is indeed Koi's map, so
Yeah.
if you... Again, it doesn't matter how good your opponents are, and the strength of your map pool is obviously something that can be discussed. But if Koi's taking Elevate to bank, the assumption is that they think that they have a better shot at winning. If not, the best shot at winning.
Bank is definitely one of Koi's best maps, and I think for APAC in general, as a region here at this current tournament, they've been struggling on their attacking side. Bank is statistically all of last year an attacker favorite map, but the thing is, it's not by any means an easy map to attack on. It requires a lot of coordination due to the sheer scale, how big the rooms are, how far apart they are, and how many different angles you gotta work with, right? Whether it's window repels, while also, you know, entering into the building, while also droning together. It's like 3 separate members that have to work in union to get through a single room successfully with all things covered. Onigiri, on the more aggressive operator, from the Monty to the Amaru, can fly in through CEO, but Spoit is waiting up above. This might be a free kill.
Ah, Spoit reads into it quite well. I like the Amaru pick, I really did. I wanted to see what could come out of it, but not much.
A quick death, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
And I just mentioned that you got an entry while also being on the window repels, also droning. There is no way Elevate had live information inside of CEO, otherwise they would have known Spot was roaming around. So are they just blindly guessing / hoping / praying that it's clear versus just spending that 20 seconds or in drone phase perhaps, getting a deep drone in towards CEO? It tells them that either Elevate did not plan for Onigiri to go into CEO during the drone phase, or the drone they tried to get in there died early in the round, and instead of spending 20 seconds, they just said, let's just gamble it. It's not a good look either way, and Spoit, he wants one more.
No, he doesn't get it. Doesn't even do a single point of damage. to Mr. Punch as he jumps out of the window. I mean, hey, why not go for broke, I guess. Didn't really kill a lot of time there. I mean, that was a... I don't know if that was the play from Spoit. I understand the thought process behind it, but...
Yeah, I mean, if you get the kill, and like, Spoit knew he's gonna die, even if you got the kill, most likely. But then you play 4 versus 3. It's a very advantageous position to be in. An injury goes out from below, but hey, nope, make it 2, huh?
Oh, okay.
Wait, so Mark got injured, but Mr. Punch, he just stayed alive. They're both dead.
You ever catch 2 at the same time?
Never have I ever.
Well, Leon Gids showing up in style and getting on the board, actually.
That's true.
Everybody from Koi has a kill at this point. Everybody in the match actually has a kill. Not just Koi.
Now you just gotta take your brain out of your skull, as you say, Parker. If you elevate, just kind of go crazy here. Just drop a hatch, take a fight, win that gunfight, try and get the numbers back down into your favor, neutral position, and then just fight it out. 45 seconds, you have no smokes, no hot breach, you can't really strategically pull this apart. I mean, you got the Canovers and Sapper, but those walls are so big, and Kento is striking so true.
Sapper yet again in a 1vx. Third time so far through 5 rounds that this young man's been in this predicament.
He's kind of blocking everything.
I mean, what do you do at this point?
I mean, this is what you do. You just kind of, you linger.
No nitro cells, no impacts remaining for Koi, so doesn't have to worry about being blown sky high. I don't know if he's privy to that information.
5 seconds remaining.
Sapper survived the first time this happened. The second time he died in the final seconds, and that's exactly what won't happen this time. He's going to survive yet again. 4-1 for Koi. This first half is going all according to plan. They will call a timeout on Elevate's side.
There was a yellow ping going out right before the Amaru went in. I'm curious if that was towards Sport's position or it was like it could have been. It's hard to tell the exact position of it, but yeah. Oh, there was a Jonin. Okay. And then this C4 impact, then bam, double kill, just like that.
Great spectating, by the way, to see that from above. Excellent job to our nameless and faceless spectator.
Nameless and faceless.
Yes, because I know that he can hear us.
Yeah. You also know who it is.
He can also talk to us.
He actually does talk to us sometimes.
That's correct.
Yeah.
He just talked to us right now. You can't hear him, though.
No.
But we can.
Oh. I don't think I've seen this bottom graphic before. Maybe I'm just absolutely blind normally, but...
I haven't seen it during timeouts either.
Okay, I was gonna say...
I will say, though, the side-by-side graphic, as nice as it is,
yeah,
it deprives us of the ability to listen to a single team's comms, because it's both teams speaking at the same time.
and in 2 different languages too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas yesterday, you and I were getting out of the way of the cast and allowing the coach to speak. And even our dear friend XR Troika, a.k.a. Axe, a.k.a. Ollie, a.k.a. the Big O.
A.k.a. the military man today.
That's correct.
Yep.
They both look like at any moment they're about to lead a coup d'etat.
Okay, I don't know what that is, but sure.
We'll talk about it after.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
Very disappointed right now. You know,
I'm sorry. Dad.
Like, do you not think to yourself, like, when you show up, like, maybe one of us should change? But anyway.
When I saw them, I was like, either they planned this and there was like a bad idea, or they like didn't plan at all and then this happened. So it was the latter. They didn't plan.
Either way, yes, he said earlier on the analyst desk that he really enjoyed that he got to actually hear the teams speak, and he actually got to hear the teams talk things through. And I mean, I think it's great. And given the fact that we have access to player comms, for those of you that don't particularly like hearing Pengu and I speak, it'll be a blessing because we just won't be talking as much. But for everybody else, you get to learn how the teams communicate, and listen-ins are an often highly requested feature.
Yeah. I mean, even us as casters, I really value the insight as well, because we can only really...
I really wish I knew Portuguese so I could listen to their comms.
Oh yeah, that's what...
I've been saying that all week.
Yeah. Jesus. That caught me off guard.
Joke is, chat, that he's been saying that all week.
Yeah.
Every single day he's like, I really wish I spoke Portuguese.
No, I mean that. I do mean that. Anyway.
This Elevate lineup is the nasty lineup that we saw before. There's a ton of annoyances on the board. They're going to go back to what I guess they consider to be all reliable. Blitz, Ying, and Lion being brought out for this very final attack on the side of Elevate. They will attempt for the third time this Locker's bomb site down below. They were successful the first time, and look at how quickly they're in. They've dropped in. There go the Candelas. Deepak is as good as dead. Get off your drone, get off your drone, get off your drone. Oh. Sapper, one-tap man.
Pace change works out for them.
Warden is actually a great pick right now. Cantor Ricchetti in the same spot. Elevate exploiting the blind spot. Leon Gids has no idea that Elevate are just in it, and they are in it to win it, my friends. Site control is very firmly in the hands of Elevate, and they're just going to have the brazenness to go on Rotero drone, throwing out Candelas. They completely command the bomb site. Not a single member of Koi is within striking distance of that diffuser being planted. The power of the timeout. Now Elevate as the diffuser goes down, we'll watch the hatches, but Onigiri doesn't see Kanto's retreat to the bomb site. Kanto can drop as long as nobody's watching it. Kryan will have to maneuver his way in as he drops to the stairs, and Spoit drops as well. Kanto taken out. They had eyes on that vault. Kryan doesn't know where he is. Over inside of Elevator, wait, now he does. Spoit sees the blitz, but yeah, you're dead. You're absolutely dead. Get out of here. Get out of here. 3 kills from Elevate, all coming from different players on the team after within the first 90 seconds. They had managed to kill Deepak, the only person from Koi who's actually within the bomb site. And then it was just a perfect post plant. Excellently played by Elevate. That's the first half in the books.
I don't think we necessarily caught, at least I did not, but I'm not sure if the lobby hatch was reinforced or soft. Last time around, it was a hard hatch was reinforced, but it seemed like Elevate just really went for a really quick and aggressive attack in that round, and it caught Koi off guard. I mean, Deepak is still on drones, on the Yokai, just scouting for information, essentially, being, everything's kind of clear, guys, I don't know where they are, and next second, he's dead on the bomb site to a blitz just standing next to him. And it's so hard to retake as a defending team. The only real saving grace was Leon Gates on the Warden, but he lost his gunfight to the Ying. And once that happened, well, the Blitz and the Ying Candelas just get enabled so much more. And Elevate, they break that 19% attack and win rate. They get 2 rounds on their attack inside before the side swap. Well, now they are going to go downstairs to the basement instead. And Koi, they have to attack it. Kento Raketti showing us one of his quote-unquote newly found operators in his arsenal. That is the glass that he plays for Koi. Of course, you got secondary set of smokes from Deepak and Leon Git, so 3 sets of smokes. Gonna go for a server attack into an A execute, most likely by the looks of things, with Leon Git's that single Harbinger Thermite. An aggressive jump out.
Oh, and it works to get one. Deepak on that Ying no more, but refragged by Leon Gids. I'd say great value for DCH on that one. Taking the Ying out of action. Yeah, you're the Jaeger, you die, but persistent gadgets, right? ADSs will stay whether you're alive or not.
Yeah, no, you're right. It was the second highest value target you could have killed. Leon Gits and Heartbreach would have been the best, target to eliminate because the hot wall onto site for default plant. Deepak on Ying and Kanto on Glass as the second highest priority, so a great trade indeed. Now, Koi, they are in server, but Mr. Punch at the bottom of server stairs is going to be the problem for them. Leon finds Seba, however, so Koi has time to find kills across the map.
There's another smoke that gets tossed out by Mr. Punch. Still one in pocket with 2 minutes to go. That means that if this round slows down and there's a push that happens later on, they won't be able to blanket the bomb site. Mr. Punch is in a really rough spot. There it goes, but he's got the shotgun out. He's good enough for a single kill. Sending Leon's to an early grave. Spoit trades it. Elevate, though. Well, they're behind in numbers.
Koi had the option there. Either Leon gets on Glass or swing the bottom server stairs and trade, or Leon gets on Thermite. They actually choose that, or deem rather, that the Glass is more valuable despite having no smoke in it now for the gadget, and now they can't get open its default wall position. I feel like Kanto should have swung that instead. Leon gets the wall opened up, maybe then you can plant. Now it's difficult. Had Kanto had more smokes in his pocket, this goes differently, but that's not the case. It's a 3v2, but Elevate on a great position. Goya canister fires are ready. 1 impact grenade. Mark only has half HP. Koi, they almost have to go for kills here, or at least get one of those members off the board. Otherwise, I'm not sure they can plant.
Well, there's the fire in front of them that will continue to go and go and go. They're just waiting, biding their time. You're right. I mean, Koi could stall out here, but because they have a numbers advantage, you got to get somebody around the back of the bomb site, right?
It's that or you just try and plant that soft wall. Yeah, there it is. That's the flank. It's two options. Either plant soft wall, hold angles, try and trade, or one guy backsteps, two people on the front side.
Cryon's got 25 seconds to get through garage.
He's gotta go.
He absolutely has to go. And he's got the attention of Onigiri, which means that Mark will be in a 1v2 on site. You got to trust Kanto to be able to get this done. And I mean, Kanto actually doesn't get either of the remaining kills, despite being in the middle of the bomb site. But you trust Cryon and you trust Spoit. 5-2. For Koi on their own map. The unpredictability that we'd hoped to see for Elevate has been present, but not as successful as I think they, or frankly us, wanted it to be.
No, you're correct.
I think, what was his name? Mango Pango was a bit odd than this.
เอาบัฟไว้มากันไหลขึ้นเมนที่แหบลูก
I'm trying to hear what Leon is saying there. I couldn't quite tell. I think I heard
I think he said Pengu, actually.
Yeah, I heard Pingu and I heard Blitz, but I don't know if that's accurate.
I was like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah, I was like, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, a little odd, but that's fine.
Top floor defense now for Elevate, so they have way less kind of mobility to work with. Typically for this top floor defense, you're stuck in corners and you kind of gotta pick how you want to defend this. Aggressively fight every single angle with scopes, or try and hide in corners far back, you know, let Koi get into the building, then try and take your fights there.
10 seconds remaining.
Deepak is showing off the Amaru. That's often used to try and plant out of CEO or go up Janitor's hatch for that chaos effect, but there's no Ying to really help this chaos thrive. Just like there is no Warden on the defending lineup. Onigiri is on the Echo, has information if a plant were to go down, so does Mark on the Solace. Those are going to be the two key operators for this round for the defenders. But Koi, they are going to go below. Going to try and play for map control.
Run through the garage.
Keep us strikes true.
Cryon is like probably one of the players in the game with the most amount of time spent in the garage on Bang, because when he plays Nuke, he always goes there. Last round with Nomad, he flanked it. Now on IQ, he's also entering the garage. You can go up the main stairs, server stairs, etc. If you're the Amaru, of course, you can go up a hatch. Because I believe that Deepak, yep, inside of servers as well, gonna help Cryon get to his position first. Then he can make it his own path afterwards.
Reloading.
Creep his way up. I mean, you might ban the Nook from Cryon, but he's still going to go the same route.
Nice and steady.
Or same route.
Yeah, the route route.
Route route, depending on where you come from. Data.
Yep.
Scarce scars.
Not that one.
Kanto has PTSD from that run out earlier on from DCH.
Yeah, I mean, when things like that happen, that is when players go, I need to worry about this because I already punished me once, I can't die to twice, but Spoilers and Janitors out of nowhere.
And he gets Mr. Punch. Azami down. And with a minute 20 left, pretty close to having all those keepers out, I'm sure.
Surely.
Ideally.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a slow round, however. Koi kind of changing the pace from a direct aggressive round and basement attack into a we are everywhere and nowhere to be found second attack on top floor. And if Elevate moves too much, they can get caught in the crossfire.
There's that scouting. Deepak knows it all too well. Amaru crouch walking her way in. Not too far off inside of main lobby is the Solace of Mark. Will go towards the windows. Kanto will be taken out if he doesn't watch. Yeah, they're getting the rings on it right now, but there's that advertisement that's actually in the way. Who says marketing doesn't work? Keeping Kanto Ricchetti alive, at least for now. Not for long. Mark takes him down. Kanto must have known that, but Deepak is there to have his teammates back, and there's a hatch right up into the elevator. DCH is about to be in for a jump scare of his life, but Spoit gets the job done before the Amaru can get up top. 20 seconds remaining, and Koi have a significant advantage. Match point is within their grasps. All you need to do is find Sapper and Onigiri. Sapper fires back and gets the down onto Spoit. Here comes the Amaru. Onigiri reads into it perfectly. Elevator in great position to be able to rebuff this. It's a 2v2. Only Cryon is watching the plant go down. And Sapper bursts in! And he gets them both! Good lord, Sapper! I don't think they have information as to where Spoit is, though. They don't know if they've downed him or not. But they've got so much time. They'll go for it anyway. Onigiri securing the kill earlier on. And Koi watching angles, but not watching the right one. What a performance by Elevate in the final 20 seconds of that round.
Yeah, Saber with just 1 HP left makes the hero play, and on the desk segment, Milos asked, who from Elevate have you been watching and who do you think will show up in this matchup? I noted down before this started, Saber ? That right there is an exclamation mark added at the end of it, because this is a beautiful flick. And the thing is, the trust from Koi was there, so much so that Ace assumed that his teammate won the gunfight and sprinted away because Saber wasn't even looking in the right direction. But Saber hit that shot and they got the second one for free afterwards. Beautiful round from them. Koi very slow to hit their punches. And the armor of Deepak going up that elevator hatch, I mean, essentially you're not even active with a gun because of your gadgetry, so you're a free kill in that scenario. And sure, Bump goes down, but it wasn't enough with Spoit also being injured just moments prior. An open area is up next for them, and they gotta feel good about that one. Bit of momentum in their sails. And DCH gonna bring out the Frost Sapper on the pulse. He said, I had fun last time with a great gun. Now give me a worse one, but give me more information to work with. Give me a C4 as well.
It's a very soothing sound, this cardiac sensor, by the way. Oh, there's the read. Does DCH fly off the top rope again? Yes, he does. I mean, we call that one the Jeff Hardy. Right off the top rope.
It's DCH Kento every single time to no end. But again, the active gadgetry,
Wow.
Leon.
This is where the mental boom for Rogue can come in. This unpredictability that we talked about from Elevate. Harder to pull it off on attack than it is on defense.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just, you know, you know, just like the Jaws theme song.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Just laying underneath the surface, just waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Because now it seems like Elevate are starting to play more of their game.
Oh, absolutely.
I can't help but notice that after the timeout was taken, Elevate won 1 round on attack, lost the round on defense, and then ended up winning it with a remarkable clutch. That in some way is because, you know, Koi didn't play it as, I guess, proficiently as possible, but still a clutch is a clutch.
Oh, that it is. I'd argue that every single clutch is...
A clutch.
That it is too, but it's always based off a mistake from the opponent, right? Very few clutches is you playing perfectly and the enemy playing perfectly as well. It's that there's a gap somewhere, you abuse it because you played very, very nicely, and then you find the opening, you get the clutch itself, you make a play, etc. So you want to tighten up the net in those like 1v1s, 1v2s and 1v3s. If you establish a great crossfire, there's no gap to be abused, the clutch will not happen. If you play it sloppy, all of a sudden there's a chance for something crazy to occur. And now Koi, they're really falling apart right now. They're waiting, creeping around, not really progressing into the map at all. They are now, finally.
Oh, but Spoit looks the wrong way. Deepak is in, but Spoit's already dead. That's just a loss. Cryan will hit a goo mine upstairs. This has been a very slow and painful death for Koi. We've bled out over the course of these 2 minutes. I think Cryan can pull off a 1v3. I mean, he looked over to another screen. He's got confidence that this can definitely work. And he's got 30 seconds. If all 3 players from Elevate are in the bomb site, it's doable. But again, the same issue that Elevate had when they were trying to accomplish this on their attack is that this bomb site, and this door in particular, allows multiple crossfires. There is almost a 0% chance that Cryan gets through that door and can take out all 3 players, because all 3 of them are going to be looking right at him. And you'll see it. There'll be, yes, there you go. At least bullet tracers from multiple angles, but Onigiri is positioned far enough back that he can get it done without anybody else needing to move a muscle. Elevate have won 3 of the last 4 rounds. They are closing in on taking the lead away from Koi, who unsurprisingly will call their timeout.
We need to talk things through. It takes 30 seconds to kill one person. If we do that 3 times, we've got a minute and a half left to do the other 2. Take the time to slow it down and talk more about what you want to do. most teams counter their attack or defense when they put the lock. So I was expecting these guys to be hyper aggressive, and every single round so far, the moment you shoot that camera in heaven, he jumps out the window.
Yep.
So, do you reckon he's going to do it again?
Probably.
Alright.
Be ready
Take
for
your
this,
time,
guys.
talk through every step, execute for everything you need, okay? Take your time, you got this, easy peasy, let's go.
Yeah, it's all about, as you said, Parker, the unpredictability that Elevate is presenting themselves. I mean, maybe even kind of had a quiz moment saying, every single time you shoot that the Heaven default camera, he jumps out the window. Do you reckon he'll do it again? And Leon goes, probably. That's the thing. Elevate, what they're doing, it's working. And Meepy, the coach behind Koi, he recognizes it too. And a bit of a frustration there because Koi essentially in their own minds are losing to silly things, if you want to put it that way. Very small mistakes, sloppiness, and you gotta talk through every single step as a team and go through that checklist together. And it's Kanto who's been on the receiving end of those silly things, more often not because it's DCH. He always plays a quote-unquote passive gadget operator as set and forget, right? Frost, Jaeger, puts down the gadgetry, jumps out a window, kills Kanto. It's worked 3 times now. Surely it's not gonna work again. Koi needs to punish these aggressions from Elevate or keep suffering the same fate. Oh yeah, there it is. Look at that.
Yeah, Kanto's frozen in place. Surely they don't do it again, right?
The issue is, this is too late to figure it out because, like, surely you don't do it again.
You know, it's like my father always said, 17th time's a charm.
17 times the charm?
Yeah.
Well, when you play
Kanto will win this time.
The 17th time. The thing is,
hyperbole.
It's not happening this
yes,
time.
I know. That's the
thing.
That's the joke.
Okay.
We're learning humor together. It's very nice.
We have different humors, right? I was thinking, because you're Canadian, I think hockey. You get 16 goals in hockey sometimes, no?
I make very little hockey references in comparison to...
Which is surprising to me. Do you not like your national sport?
I do, but I also think that most of the audience doesn't watch hockey, so I try to make like more basketball and NFL references because I know that that's what the bulk of people probably watch from North America.
Okay, that's fair.
You know why? Because I try to be good to the people who are watching, Nick.
And we all appreciate that very much.
I want to be as accessible to the audience as possible with my references.
That makes sense.
Thank you for understanding. Pivotal round for both of these teams. Elevate wins. It guarantees us all 12 rounds. We go the full distance, and Koi also surrenders their lead. Elevate took round number 1. Since then, Koi has led the entirety of this match. That could change here if they are not careful. They have allowed Elevate to overpower them on a number of the last couple rounds, and Elevate look like a rejuvenated team because of that. Now it's Koi who took the timeout. Can they settle down their nerves and get some strategy going? Well, Onigiri just lighting up Spoit, getting the down. They also have Cryan will try to recover, and Onigiri will peel off, maybe re-engaging. But this is a tough spot to be in.
Oh yeah, I mean, Cryan has a smoke grenade, could pop it, go for the revive. Or shield. Oh, at the very last second of the deploy action, Spoit gets found and caught off the board. And that is going to slow down Koi significantly. And there's only 40 seconds left to go. I mean, this round is practically over in terms of time. You have to go right now, otherwise the clock will be your biggest enemy.
And Cryan's still in the spot.
Place the talonade.
These are 2 incredible gunners, by the way. But,
okay.
Oh, Cryan is just better. A miraculous shot. No way. Leon Gids doesn't see DCH. But then he does. It certainly looked like that would have been a free kill for Elevate. There go the Candelas. Mark, a nice shot onto Cryan. That totally pushes away anybody inside a garage with Kanto Racketti's in the middle of the bomb site. 10 seconds to go. He has to take engagement. Sloppiness on intel. Leon Gids in a desperation of a 1v2. And Elevate ties the game.
5-5. And that's right off Koi's tactical timeout as well. That's gotta sting. Basement attacks is not working for them today. I mean, they won the very first one. It was sloppy. And then this. Cryan slips to the left. Spoit swings far right. And Onigiri exposes himself unnecessarily to Cryan after he gets the initial kill. And it gives Koi a way into the round. Kento Kitty had full A bomb site control for about 30 seconds. But Koi could not react upon it. They could not get the bomb down as Leon gets had the diffuser on the garage/main stairs side. Elevate, they will go upstairs. Last time they were successful, it was all up to Sapper in a 2 versus 2 essentially, but he found both of those kills. Did not need any help.
My.
Left.
I mean, I guess that's foolish for us thinking that this was over before it was. I mean, the side swap obviously made a huge difference here in what is now a very lopsided, defender-sided bank. At the start of today, bank has been played 4 times, and it's almost 50-50 in terms of rounds won for attack and defense. 49% of the rounds played have been won by the defenders, 51% by the attackers. Only 1 bomb site is defender side, and that's Locker's CCTV.
Yeah, that's not a big surprise there, to be honest. Basement bombs in general across most maps are defender side because you can't do as much vertical destruction. You can sit tight on bomb site, you can roam a lot around the map, etc. No difference here. Leon actually smiling a bit there, despite taking so much damage, saying, this guy's annoying me. Gets away alive though. No thing in the board, no heals available. It's a similar lineup from the side of Koi for this attack as last time. Deepak on the Amaru. Last time went up that elevator hatch into his own demise. Same kind of entry points as well. The setup is there for Koi, right? Kanto's doing the thing on the window, repels the bomb site. Deepak and Cry in the basement. And then Spoit rather, is a +1 on Heaven side. Onigiri though, with active information on the Echo. Knows Kanto's alone, could just jump out, take the kill, run back in through lobby or somewhere else, take the 1-for-1 worst case. Or just tell good old DC Hage to jump out that window one more time.
You know, it's like my dad always says, 18 times a charm.
Don't go here again.
Deepak is up, and away. He'll see the rotate that's been created. But nobody nearby.
No one's really acting right now. I mean, Koi wants to set up. They're missing Leon, Gitz, and Sport to be in the right positions. And Elevate, they're happy to wait right now and let them get close before acting themselves.
Only time that this bomb site has been played by Elevate was a victory back in round number 8. That was the insane clutch that we saw from Sapper. Deepak on the hunt. He capitalizes. Starting off the round, and there's a hatch as well with his name on it. Kanto dies farther away. Onigiri holding court with that suppressed MP5 of the Echo. Launching towards Banana. It's a very powerful position to be in. He can watch whatever breaches might appear on those panel walls leading into square. He can watch windows, and then he can watch towards the top of main stairs.
Deepak could throw a flashbang through that crack and then go up the hatch with Spoit assisting him, and so he does.
That's exactly what happens, and Spoit is there for the 1-2 punch onto Mr. Punch. Sapper playing these bulletproof angles, these shots through the wall that allow him a greater line of sight. Onigiri dies to Deepak. Koi have boxed Elevate out of the bomb site. DCH's attempts to get back in ain't gonna happen. 3 kills from Koi give them that point.
Yeah, buddy! Inhale. Right.
Let's go.
Much better.
Bro, get me on lurker, what?
Get me on lurker.
So you me look.
Bro, I fucking made a hole in janitor, flashed, and then I'm out up.
Yeah.
Makes you want to do it.
Yeah, buddy.
Deepak did play that nicely. Broke the ceiling, tossed the flashbang, went up. It's a lot better than last time. Koi attacked from the same side as well, instead of being so spread out and isolated. They get the job done. Elevate, while they did have information early on, and Onigiri did take down Kenturkedi on the window repels, they don't ever seem to have any yokais available for the plant when it goes down from Leon Gitz. And Koi, they keep executing with less than 10 seconds on the board. I mean, there was a real chance at one of those rounds where you deny the plant with the yokai in 0 seconds and the round becomes yours. Instead, because it's not an option, Elevate, they're forced to take the gunfights. That is where Koi they thrive, especially when they have the man advantage in numbers, which they did in that previous round. And things are not changing up that much, operator-wise. Things are staying relatively the same. Deepak wants information, goes on to 0. Your
Attackers objective
Swiss
is
Army knife
defuse the
operator, great gun with the buff to the muzzle brake, or sorry, to the extended barrel rather. 15% more damage, can opener, secondary hot breach, and 4 SAM cams for information gain. Whereas Elevate, well, Sapper does like the pulls, has brought it 3 rounds now so far. And more traps being brought as Mark is now on Captain duty with DCH and Frost.
Well, they like the Legion pick from Elevate as well, right? And anything to slow down Koi, because as much as we've been focusing on Elevate's ability to get in the building quickly, Koi can do exactly the same. And I mean, look at that. Kanto thought he had something, but he didn't.
Nope.
And down he goes. But they answer back. DCH will die. Maybe not the same player that was involved in that first skirmish, but you lose one both ways. Again, though, DCH tends to play these operators with passive gadgets. So DCH is just a warm body more often than not, and you're not losing a ton of utility when he goes out of the action.
You are correct. I mean, if you look at this, besides the poles, I mean, you can argue 50-50 orange, but besides the poles, no one really has any active use gadgetry. So anyone can just fight anywhere they want, jump out, play aggressive, take fights, etc. And it is also always a worthy trade, I think, for Elevator. Trade 1-for-1 right now against Koi. It's worked out for them so far. Good C4.
Wonderful C4 on to Spoit. Koi, after taking their timeout, have struggled to get something going. They got around, but they didn't have that same confidence that I think they wanted from it. Mark has now been pushed off of his position as this Koi squad looks for yet another kill, and they've got him trapped inside of the elevator. Mark has no way out, and he knows that. It's a simple gunfight of him versus Cryan. Leon Giggs now in the action. Onigiri has actually created an opportunity and takes out Deepak as well. Look at this sloppiness from Koi. They don't expect the unexpected, and that's the #1 rule of playing against APAC.
Beautiful escort there. I mean, Leon's on the side, but you can't plant right now. Nope, he's not even alive any longer. Trying to 1 versus 4 to clutch it up.
And he's not going to be able to do that, I'm sorry. This is the same situation he was in before, but it was a 1v3. He knows how hard it is just to get into the bomb site, let alone get a kill. And he's reduced to absolutely nothing. A single HP. This is Koi's map, by the way. And Elevate have just sent him to overtime.
Yeah.
Like I'm calling this whole time.
ได้ตัวเดือดตัวเดือดสวยเมื่อกี้แม่งลงไปมากูยิงแม่งไปตายด้วยมาร์คไอ้เหี้ยแบบ
Okay, so Rogue, Elevate. Position that they find themselves in now is that it's a very even matchup. And these rounds are defined by very specific things. It's always a trick up Elevate sleeve, a C4 below, a window jump out, but more importantly, Elevate are successfully trading the past 4 rounds in a row. Not many words from Koi rather. Sorry. Basements open up again.
I think that's an easy one to make.
Oh, that one's tough.
I keep wanting, just on force of habit, to also refer to them as the old name of the organization. For those of you that haven't really followed, Rogue and Koi effectively merged into just Koi. So if you're wondering, oh, where is Rogue? I want to watch them play. You are watching them play. It's the same team and very similar organization, just different name and obviously different personnel behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And different branding.
Yeah.
Just as we see the same with XSET and M80.
Correct.
A former co-founder / COO of XSET. I actually don't know if he was a co-founder, but he was one of the co-leaders of XSET. Created M80, and the roster has moved on over there. And it's, again, it's a very similar situation.
Yeah.
Either way, just so people know.
Just so they know.
Just so you know, information is power. Oh, Mr. Punch is going to lose that deployable shield, and with it, make Holding Blue much more precarious, but pocket gadgetry. 2 ADSs in pocket for DCH. Remember what we said about persistent gadgets? If he had died early on, those 2 ADSs would have gone with him.
They have a spare shield. Look at it. Boom! And we're back in business, baby. Mark ran all the way from like the garage of basement to server stairs and put down that shield. DCH put down 2 ADSs as well. And it's almost like it never happened. Now, Koi, they know they got the shield and they're going to be very happy with that. But when they show up to the server stairs and they drone it again, they're gonna realize they gotta clear it one more time.
I thought you said you got the shield.
Yeah,
I did.
He's like, I did. I mean, I swear. Gonna watch the VOD back, but like, God damn it, I did get it. Told you, Leon.
I mean, think about it though. A single Rotero drone just caused all of that, so that's still good value.
Oh, it is, certainly. And
yeah, there you go. Cryan's not got the information. And I don't know if there's a look on his face. It was like, hold on a moment here. What in the Sam?
He's like, Dave, I need you. I gotta say, I'm coming.
What in the Sam L's going on down there?
Should be relatively easy and straightforward though. You just jump in, pop it midair. Yeah, good flashbang here as well to bait it out.
And another Rotero drone is going to clear all this out. ADS is gone, shield gone, a toxic canister thrown out by Mr. Punch just to slow them down. Hatch has now been opened, which means that Mark, who's playing by server just below that hatch, will be spotted as he tries to escape. Final toxic canister is out of the pocket of Mr. Punch.
And they're going to fight it. Elevate, normally when that server hatch gets opened up, you gotta fall back to bomb site and fight it there, or you stay inside a server and server stairs and take that 2v5 essentially that you'll see. Flashbangs and nades available. Elevate, they gotta get aggressive.
Mr. Punch has a shotgun, and that thing can do some serious damage. Mark will be the next focus after Mr. Punch has moved off, and Mark is an excellent spot. He takes down 2. Mr. Punch gets one of his own. Koi just completely lost the plot to this round. Final 20 seconds now for this Koi squad to get something going. Elevate sitting so pretty. Kanto slays Onigiri. Another player from Elevate just to his left. Can outduel DCH. Deepak can pull off clutches, but how about this? A 1v4, 10 seconds to go. Miles away from the bomb site. Mr. Punch will slow him down, but that's about it. Deepak gets ended by Mark. Elevate moved to map point.
8 successful. I said 2v5 because you're fighting the entire team, but there were 2 members of Kanto and Deepak on the open area hatches, but a 2v3 essentially. Played beautifully. I mean, Mark hit the flick of his life that shuts down Koi dead in their tracks. And yeah, you can choose, as I said, either you fall back from servers or you hold it. They fought for it and they did so. Very well done to them. Not a lot of mouse moving from Koi right now. They know they're in a tough position, but they do get to defend now. They choose to go for open area. And attacks seems to be where things are falling apart for both teams right now. It's where they find the least amount of rounds in terms of round victory success, but also it's where both teams just look the weakest. Both Koi and Elevate are relatively slow on their attack inside, and small things are not going in their way, and therefore they lose the rounds. Elevate, I'll give some credit to them. They've been trying out so many different styles of attacks, whereas Koi have kind of like their staple 2 to rotate between. Onigiri showing the finger, then the Ash, now the Blackbeard, now the Puck. He's really going through the operator pool right now. And Mark even showed us a Grim, but it will be back to a more stable lineup here. No shenanigans, no tricks up their sleeves. I'm gonna say open area. It's a serious bomb site. We'll give it a serious operator lineup to counter it.
All right, back where we started. Deepak scouting with the Yokai drone. This was early in the matchup. We started this match almost an hour ago. What's up at timing? 13 rounds in. Onigiri the very first kill. Koi were up 5-2 at one point, and now Elevate leads, and they find themselves 4 kills shy of sniping their opponent's map.
Yeah, I mean, this is... look at the desk, what they were saying an hour ago, right? Like, this is Bank, this is Koi's map, this is where they win. The next map, rather, Chalet, yeah, is where things get dicey. But this right here is Elevate saying, Bank might be your map, but we are gonna take it away from you and make things even worse.
Yeah, and as Demo said, Koi need all 4 points at minimum.
Yeah.
Well, might be a bit of a tough thing to do if you can't win your own map.
Still possible, of course, but things are looking grim as Leon fell early in the round, and so does Cryan with that injure.
What a read through the wall as he gets droned out, Cryan downed. Another body from Koi. Hits the floor. Elevate closing in up top. They need to secure the kill on Cryan. Half the round gone. Deepak will get him back up after he's dropped down, and now Spoit will also abandon that top floor. Cryin will be worse for wear. There go the proximity alarms. Spoit just playing the waiting game right now. Some of open area will be opened up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've taken the top floor. Bomb sites in open area. Koi running with the one bomb site that they won both times in their original defense, Nick.
You see, Koi, they aren't really fighting anymore, right? The pressure might be getting to them right now. They're folding it back every single time they strike some presence on the map. And I mean, Spoit is literally in a corner, holding a hatch drop, maybe looking for a drone. Elevate, they got 30 seconds, so the clock's a problem, but they got numbers advantage.
Yeah, you cannot stall out here. Nade goes in, the remainder of Cryin is found. It just took a while for Koi to get it. Now it's DCH to take some damage. Both teams firing back. Koi needs to slow this down as best as they can, and Deepak under fire. Kanto down for the count. Spoy the only one on Koi that's still at full HP, and he makes it work with 3 kills. Cannot get more than that.
Oh, the Yokai.
The Yokai drone is still up. They'll go hunting for the final kill on Deepak. He knows it's coming.
Oh, the nade!
But the nade is dropped on him. It doesn't do it in time. What is this match, Nick?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it's correct. If that grenade is cooked like half a second longer, it rolled the other direction, that could be the end of the round for Koi, but they live. Just at least for one more round, the final round of Bang. Spoity was the hero that they needed. Stuck in the corner, sure, but still striking back, finding these important kills in the round. Diffuser management not there for Elevate, and even if it was, Koi, they checked all the boxes. The Yokai was there to shut it down, even if they attempted it. Deepak, surprisingly sitting on 12 kills, the most for Koi's side, while doing the dirty, unsexy work of droning, holding cameras, trading it out, but also playing rather proactively on the map on the attacking side, which is where they currently are, finding themselves. Open area back-to-back for both teams. It will be the final bomb set played.
Yeah, no matter what, this is it. This is the end of the road. You and I had some predictions before we got into the matchup. Basically saying, you know, what's going to happen here? Are Elevate going to show up like we saw CAG, like we've seen other APAC teams, and just be wild and unpredictable?
Yeah.
And frankly, stun the teams that on paper should be better. I mean, Koi is a major champion winning team.
Yeah, 6 months ago.
They should be the better team in this matchup. Bank is not showing that yet.
No, it has not. And there's a couple of teams that has that kind of name tag on them. Expectations should be good, but then they aren't. Heroic, obviously, as well. People are Wolves from UL. People are like, when are you guys gonna do what you're supposed to be doing? Meanwhile, APAC, the one thing we always associate with them is upset, create something or make something crazy, make a team sad, send someone home, or, you know, not make it past groups that you want to. Default Chems being shut out from Koi. Progression to the map. Cryin loses the engagement. Mr. Punch comes out on top. It's 5 versus 4 in favor of Elevate.
Oh man, these opening kills have been breaking so even for both teams. Yet in overtime, every opening duel has gone in favor of Elevate. And look at how quickly this tempo is being set by Koi. But Elevate shutting them down at the pass. Kanto Raketti gets his revenge on DCH. That's been a grudge match that's been happening all matchup long. No Lion means that you don't have to worry about being held in place at this moment. That's good news for Elevate, as they've gotten that first pick. And again, DCH running those persistent gadgets. A Frost being down means the deployable shield's already been placed, you're good. Those bear mats have already been placed, you're double good.
Is there a triple good to be found here? The question so far has yet to be answered. Onigiri making a rotate, can now advance the bomb side. Re-barricade the window is smart, no one can flank late in the round. Koi, as the attacking team, they have to strike first to create opportunities and find openings. Elevate can sit back and wait for that to happen and strike when they see a counter.
And there it is, one from Sapper. They straight it out. Spoit will get him back. These teams, as close as the scoreline is of the 7-7, this round in particular, being equally close.
3 versus 3. Second, the hot bridge is inside of Dapex's pocket. They can open up that bottom wall of heaven if they want to.
Attackers have located
Look at this, Mark has a flank coming in.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
When it's a 3v3 and you got the operator lineup that Koi has, the only real thing that's going to work as anti-flank are those Argus cams, depending on where they've gone.
That wasn't the clone.
That was the real Spoit. And they let him go right by. There's the clone. Down goes Mr. Punch to Deepak. Spoit will wander in. Mark will be the difference maker. Deepak the drop to go on in. Down goes Spoit. Oh, now Mark gets caught out by Kanto Raketti. Onigiri, do you have magic in those fingers of yours? Deepak takes some damage as he walks through the Capkin trap. Oh, Onigiri needs to check to his left. He doesn't do that.
Let's fucking go!
Boy, oh boy, that was a tense one for Koi. 8-7, they take their map. But Elevate make them bleed for it.
Oh my god, that really came down to the wire. I mean, a half a second, maybe less, and you can basically kill Deepak on the planet, win on 0 seconds. Mark had a bit of a whiff on the main stairs from basement. Oh man, I'm excited for Chalet. That's all I'm gonna say.
I cannot wait for Chalet. If Bank was that close, and now we go to Elevate's map, anything can happen. The players are gonna take a quick break, and so are we, before we come back and see, does Koi take it 2-0, or does Elevate